I'm Wade Forster. I'm from New Salem. We grain farm and we run some beef cattle. My parents moved here in 1955 and they farmed and ranched here till 91, and then they retired and moved to New Salem, and then me and my wife Paula kind of took over the farm from there, and we've been here ever since with our two children, Michaela and Shane. And I've pretty much been working here my whole life. About the end of March, I started to develop symptoms like lung congestion, and I would barely work, and it seems like I would be out of breath, like it was hard for me to get air. I was starting to retain fluid on my ankles and my calves, and so then I went in and got checked out, and they listened to my heart, and they noticed I had a heart murmur. They did like an echo of my heart, and they could see I had two valves that were failing. So from there, they scheduled heart surgery on April 16th. So I'm basically recovering since then, and things are going pretty well. The first thing I thought of was, how is everything going to get done? I mean, we were in the middle of calving. I had my son Shane here, so I wasn't real concerned about that, but I didn't know if he could handle the workload. I knew for sure we couldn't get the seeding part done with the crops, but he could handle the calving part. So the first thing I thought of was Farm Rescue, to send in an application to them and see if they could come and help us out, and they could. So that was, a relief that they could help us. When they got out here, we decided to seed soybeans on our land this year, so they seeded soybeans for like 3 days, and they were done, it went really fast, and fortunately I was able to be there when they were seeding. You're always concerned about how things were gonna get done because you just don't know for sure, but after they worked a couple hours there, I knew things were gonna get done good, so everything went really smooth. There was 4 of them that were out here, and I guess I enjoyed talking to all 4 of them. I thought they were really great. They were all 4 nice people to work with and talk with, and they worked good and they knew what they were doing, and they wouldn't be able to do the job without the sponsors, because I know it takes a lot of money to keep that equipment running or to even get started with it. Most people just can't go buy all that equipment. It's got to come through sponsorships. So without the sponsors, I'm sure the organization wouldn't even be running. I would say they need as many sponsors as they can get to keep the operation going. It's a real important organization to have, because there's a lot of farms that when they get in these situations, I don't know what they would do. I suppose they could rely on neighbors, but they really have all their own stuff to do too, and acres to run over. So I think it's kind of a lifesaver that there is an organization like that that will help people that absolutely can't do it. For years I knew they were around, and I always thought in the back of my mind that if anything would ever happen, I always thought of, we're gonna have to get Farm Rescue if we can't do it. It was tough, but it's an organization that's designed for that, so don't be afraid to ask them. The worst thing that they can do is turn down your application, but I really don't think they would.